Hello and welcome into the Friday Night Frenzy. That's Pat Timlin. I'm Amy Zimmer. As always, our Dave Williams standing by. Week 5 of the high school football season. And oh, are we in for a ride this year? Pat, still a handful of teams undefeated.
That's right, Amy. The schedules are heating up. We're seeing some great matchups, rivalries even going on, district play starting up. And how about homecomings being celebrated tonight?
And we begin the night at Savannah High, where a rivalry was renewed for the first time since 2021. Crosstown rivals Beach Bulldogs and Jenkins Warriors back in Region 3 AAA. Warriors have won 15 of the last 16 meetings. Beach quarterback Javian Williams drops back, connects with Kewan Ferguson for a nice gain. Drive would stall. Jenkins takes over. The handoff to Jawan Albert, coming straight into your home. Look out. Sets up this next play. And hey, Albert having a night. Takes the ball again. Just makes it look easy. Beach gets on the board. However, Jenkins rolls 51-7 and improve to a perfect 3-0 in region play.
Up in Atlanta, number 1 in the state versus number 4 in 1A. Savannah Christian trying to stay undefeated on the year. First quarter, no score. Blaze Thomas flies over the line for a 6. Gets Savannah Christian on the board. Tied at 7 now. Zoe Smalls run gets a huge gain for the Raiders, and then 2 plays later, he'll punch it in himself. Easy touchdown run. That Savannah Christian defense, well, they held on to the lead the rest of the way, really responding after giving up a touchdown on that opening drive. The Raiders take it 28-7, staying undefeated and defending that number 1 ranking in the state, Amy.
Raiders making sure to make the most out of their long road trip tonight.
Got the miles in, might as well make some memories too.
Yep. And hey, we are just warming up. We've got a big rivalry to get to in Ludowici.
Plus, we're taking to the Carolina Clash Game of the Week.
That's right, from the Peach to the Palmetto State, we've got you covered. More highlights after the break.
You're watching the Frenzy on WJCM 22.
Welcome back to the Friday Night Frenzy. Okay, one of the many area teams still undefeated this season, the Richmond Hill Wildcats.
Yeah, Amy, they're a team that has a ton of experience, a lot to like, right? A lot of three-year starters. And hey, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say it.
Okay.
I think they have the best rushing attack in Southeast Georgia.
All right, you heard it here.
And they had it on display tonight, that's for sure. Packed Wildcat Stadium, despite the rain. Wayne County, well, they lost four-star linebacker Tavion Wallace, so the Yellow Jackets playing with just a lot of grit. Opening kickoff. How about an onside kick by Christian Sellers, and the senior, he recovers it for his squad. 3 plays later, third down though, fake the wide receiver reverse, and here comes a whole host of Wildcats for a sack, stopping that drive in its track. Ensuing possession, Richmond Hill on the goal line, just hand it off to Joshua Ulrich Troop. He punches it in for 6. Wildcats take an early 7-0 lead. Just one part of that rushing attack for them. Same score. Next Richmond Hill drive. Quarterback Kirk Scott keeps it on the option. Runs right through the defense for a touchdown. 14-0. Now the score still the same in the first. Scott looks to his left, or should I say his right. Sees a wide open lane. Cuts all the way back. Got a couple defenders to beat. Somehow stays on his feet. Trips into the pylon for his second score of the game. Richmond Hill wins 42-0, improving to 4-0 for the first time since, get this, 2017, Amy.
All right, Richmond Hill on a roll. Meanwhile, in Hinesville, Bradwell Institute hosting Effingham County, and the Rebels led this one 28-8 at halftime and get it going on their first possession of the second half. Quarterback Tucker Perkins swinging it out to Ryan Wells. Gets some nice running inside the Bradwell 20-yard line. They keep the drive going. Mauricio Jr. McKenzie takes it inside the Bradwell 5-yard line. McKenzie would then finish it off just a few plays later, finding the end zone to add to the Rebels' lead 35-8 after the extra point, and they go on to get their first win of the season. 35-14 the final. Region play is in full swing, and in Region 3 Class AAA, tonight featured a key matchup as county neighbors Long County and Liberty County collided in Ludowici.
And that's where we find our Dave Williams there with more and the highlights.
Amy, Pat, while some teams are just beginning region play and others have yet to even begin region play, tonight here in Ludowici, the host Long County Blue Tide and visiting Liberty County Panthers are in Game 3 of their region schedule. And for the Blue Tide, well, they're looking to stay perfect on the campaign, including a 2-0 start in the region. The winner of this one figured to score plenty of points, as the winner has scored over 30 points in each of the last 2 meetings. And it was Liberty County getting things going first. Quarterback Jabari Felix escapes the pressure and finds Elijah Brown downfield, and he gets into Blue Tide territory. Felix would cap off the drive a few plays later as he fires the aerial to Aaron Brown in the end zone. PAT no good. It's 6-0 Liberty County. But the Blue Tide would get rolling in the second quarter. Jason Carroll with a nice carry down inside the Liberty County 15. Then it's Carroll thinking he got into the end zone, but they ruled him down at the 1-yard line. Carroll, though, does find the payoff pasture on the next play. The 2-pointer failed, and it was tied at 6. But the Blue Tide would go on to the 22-14 win to remain perfect on the season. In Long County, Dave Williams, WJCL 22 News.
All right, thanks so much, Dave. To the Carolina Clash game of the week, Hampton County and Bluffton taking on the Bobcats for their homecoming night. We picked things up in the second quarter. Hurricanes already with a 14-0 lead, and their defense swarms in, brings down Aiden McCarthy. Just a few plays later, McCarthy going to fire off a rocket here. Check it out. That's Carnell Warren with the impressive grab, tiptoeing the sideline. The Hurricane defense would not let up, however. McCarthy rarely had time to throw. Hampton County going to remain undefeated after this one. 50-36, the final.
To Pooler Stadium, where it's a party. Shout out the Windsor Forest drum major. My goodness, he got everybody juiced up there. But just before halftime, I got there when Calvary Day was in the red zone. I shot this one from the parking lot, folks. Let's call it the Connor Stallions cam. James Mobley hits MJ Knight for 6, 27-0 Cavaliers lead at the break. Second half, first offensive play for Calvary. Braxton Bell in the backfield takes the handoff up the middle, sheds a few tackles, and he's off to the races with 6 on his mind, and he won't be denied. 34-0 Cavs You can hear the fans losing their mind about that one. Same score, still in the third. Zay Middleton's turn to run the rock. Dodging Knights like he's a bandit, but that boy is a Cavalier. Scores up to 41-0. How about one more before the end of the quarter? Davis Witherington charges up the middle. Almost a 50-burger at Pooler Stadium. At the final moments, Windsor Forest just trying to get on the board. How about Antonio Woolfolk fighting his way into the promised land? That's one to write home about. Calvary takes it 48-7, setting up a big-time region matchup with Jenkins next week.
Pat Timlin doing the most for you at home, even shooting from the parking lot.
Trying my hardest, Amy.
Over at Island Stadium, packed house for the Sharks homecoming. Island's hosting the Groves Rebels in Region 3 AAA. Both teams still looking for their first win of the season. First quarter here. Trenton Tukes on the keeper and Sharks swarm. Hudson Zaragoza and Camden McKenzie there for the quarterback sack. Groves finding its groove. Kamari Wright takes the handoff. How about the stiff arm? Falls right outside the red zone. Second quarter, same drive. This time it's Mikkel Brown on the carry. Breaks left. Yeah, he's not going to be denied. First touchdown of the night, extra point no good, 6-0 Groves. After forcing a turnover, Groves back in the driver's seat. How about Tukes showing off the arm? Sends a rocket to right, untouched for the score. Held 2-point conversion, Rebels go up 12-0. Hey, Islands, they're not letting up. They're going to take advantage of penalty yardage here. Jaden Sutton says, hey, give me the ball, and look what he does with it. Takes it in for the score. Islands on the board. 2-point conversion cuts Groves' lead 12-8, and this one remained close until the end. It was Groves coming out on top for their first win in over a year. 25-22 the final.
Yeah, Amy, I know I'm still new to the area, but I just learned that they sometimes do not unlock that back gate at Pooler Stadium. So,
oh, well, there you go. Is that where the parking lot highlight came
Connors
from?
Dowlings was also back there. Yeah, that's where everything was. More highlights to come on the Friday Night Frenzy.
Plus, we've got the play of the week. We'll be right back.
Hi, we're the Brownwood Institute cheerleaders, and you're watching the Frenzy on WJCL. You know.
You're watching the Friday Night Frenzy. Plenty more to get to.
Yeah, and this is one of those times where South Georgia kind of welcoming me into the market, Amy. I think I've been lucky, staying dry so far. Finally, the rain came and got me, and I think you're seeing a little bit of it here.
At least you don't have to worry about your hair, because, I mean, at this point, it is what it is. But, hey, that's all right, because it's all about the highlights, and we are taking you back to the Low Country. Hilton Head Christian Academy Eagles visiting the John Paul II Golden Warriors early in the fourth quarter here. Eagles up 42-13. Alan Wolf keeps it himself, shakes off a defender, picks up a good gain here. However, the Eagles would respond. Roman Kalela gets home and throws Wolf down for the huge sack. Take a look. Eagles defense flying around all night. Hilton Head Christian Academy leaves with the win. 42-13 the final. Eagles improved to 3-1 on the young season.
Back to the Peach State. Statesboro hosting Glenn Academy. First quarter, Blue Devils trying to make something happen with the ball. Let's run a little bit of a play action. Nice catch and run by Tony Naismith for a first down for the Blue Devils. Same drive, high snap, not a problem. Josh Brockett plows through the middle for a 20-yard gain into Glenn Academy territory. Now it's fourth down, same drive. Beckham Gerard avoiding the pressure, finds a wide open Brockett. He marches into the end zone untouched. 6-0 Statesboro. Slow going for Glenn Academy, yet it doesn't matter how you start, only matters how you finish. The Terrors take it 21-20 as Statesboro missed the game tie an extra point with 9 seconds left. Call it a bit of Friday the 13th magic for the Terrors. Why don't you, Amy?
All right, Pat, bring us home.
Favorite time of the week, the Friday Night Frenzy play of the week. Final drive for Windsor Forest. Beautiful deep bar. Vermeer Richardson goes up and gets it over two Cavaliers defenders. Sparked that scoring drive for the Knights. Even bobbled the ball on his way down. Nice way to build momentum into next week.
Love that slow-mo. And hey, reminder, WJCL 22 is home to SEC football. A full slate of Saturday games for you, starting with South Carolina welcoming number 16 LSU. Pat will be at the game and have a recap, followed by Texas A&M colliding with Florida at 3:30. And then in the nightcap, it's number 1 Georgia facing Kentucky at 7:30 p.m.
Close at home, Savannah State celebrated its home and conference opener. Plus, Georgia Southern back at Paulson Stadium. Amy and Frank will have you guys covered theirs. We'll have highlights from everywhere all night at 11 p.m.
Looking forward to it. That's going to do it for this week of Friday Night Frenzy. For Pat Timlin and the rest of the team, I'm Amy Zimmer. Have a great night.